Hey there, hi there, and welcome to just a beginner's general tarot card reading video. This video is for anybody who wants to start um, their own tarot card reading channel, but they're not sure where to begin, and they just are like all about the cards and interpreting the messages and really just helping um, people just gather insight on what the hidden messages are that spirit is trying to send you, universe, spirit guide, um, Gaia, Triple Moon Goddess, all those powerful spiritual entities that um, you really just want to like get the message from them and you want to share that message. So I always try to start off with like a cute backdrop, something that's me and that I like, and kind of just brings in some enlightenment and some fanciness as well. Um, as my backdrop, and um, then I just kind of find a tarot card deck that I really like, that I'm drawn to. So I found this one on Amazon. So starting off a little bit about me, I'm a mom and a wife, and I have two daughters. I have one on the way, a baby on the way, and yeah, I started doing tarot card videos um right around the time COVID started, actually. I always was drawn to horoscopes, astrology, but once COVID happened, I was like, oh my God, I want to start making my own tarot card videos. And I just felt drawn to it. And so that's what I did. I started that. So if you hear any background noise, kids' shows, kids running around screaming, that's because I'm a mom. Okay. So I found this card deck on Amazon, and I was really drawn to it. So I got this, and there's a lot of tarot card decks sold on Amazon, all kinds of styles, all different prices. And you can figure out which one you're drawn to and purchase that one to start you off. I recommend getting one with a booklet if you're first time, so that you can get a better sense of the deck and the meanings. Um, so I was really drawn to this one. It also came with like a really cute bag that I can put the cards in as well, and I really like this a lot. So if you're traveling to like a friend's house or a relative's house, you want to read tarot cards, you can put your cards in here and travel there, and you'll have like a little pouch for your cards to do readings for friends and family. Also, you can put gemstones, crystals, favorite rocks, stones, all that kind of stuff as well if you want to. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing about tarot card reading, for me anyways, every reader is different. Every person has their own preference. So is that you start off by shuffling the deck. That's pretty standard, pretty basic one. And you draw a card. And I love these cards because they have like, they cover like all kinds of different meanings on them. So I'll show you the different elements of the card and how to interpret them. Alrighty, so starting off, we pick a card, and this happens to be the How to Read Tarot card. Alrighty, so a little irony for you. So it might be a little bit hard to read, the camera lens like being out of focus a little bit, but I will read it to you. So how to read tarot. So the number one thing is relax. Take a few deep breaths. quiet your mind and try to focus on listening to your intuition. That's the first step, okay? The second step is to ask your question. So with your deck in your hand, ask your question either in your mind or out loud. Your questions can be broad as what do I need to know right now, or as specific as will I receive the promotion next Friday. Clear the energy in your deck and shuffle your deck a few times. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Continue to shuffle until you feel the need to stop. Cut the deck into 2 piles and decide which pile will go on top. I usually go to the left or the right side, but the choice is yours. Or they usually go to the right. Okay. Understanding the reading. What is your first impression? Notice your first thought, feeling, or reaction when you turned over the cards. What is your body telling you? Your intuition will often communicate with you through physical feelings like feeling nervous or upset. Pay attention to the characters in the cards. What is their body language? What are their facial expressions? What are you getting from it? Now consider how all of the meanings of each card interacts with the question that you're asking. See if you can tell a story with the cards that are in front of you. End of reading. It is important that you allow the reading to process, and once you have, be grateful for the message you received and clear your cards. Arrange them together, shuffle them a few times, and make sure to store them in a secure place. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So take your deck. If you don't have one, that's fine. We just are going to be shuffling this deck, and then we're going to split it into 2 piles, cutting it, and then we're going to draw from there. Okay, so I'm going to do a basic like past, present, future. Just got to get some water. I just made brownies and it's really hot in here. All right, so anyways, let's see. So we have the past. Okay, so this is the Queen of Swords card, which is a great card. Okay, I'll tell you why. It channels honesty, protectiveness, independence, intelligence, and funniness. Okay, so that's the positive aspect of this card. Now, there is a reversal side. So let's say you picked up this card and it was this side, right? And you wanted to go off of that. There would be a negative aspect, and that's what would be down here, right? So that's pessimistic, cruel, malicious, gossip, spiteful. I just got to turn this fan on. It's like roasting in here. So these are the different signs of the zodiac. If you recognize them, great, awesome. If not, that's okay. Remember, you're still new to this. So astrology, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So let's see here. We got Aquarius, which is the 2 waves, right? Then we have Gemini, which is like the pillars. And then we have Libra, which is this kind of like omega sign with a dash line underneath. Okay, so that means that these signs could be channeling through this card. So maybe you're an Aquarius, maybe you're a Gemini, maybe you're a Libra, and this card is speaking directly to you. Or maybe there's someone you know that is in your life that's influencing you in these ways. You know, maybe you know a funny Aquarius that's bringing you humor and comedy, okay? So you take what resonates. That's the key here. That's the key element here to tarot card reading, is that you take what resonates. So in this sense, since we're doing a past, present, future, this would be your past. This would represent your past. So in the past, you are experiencing honesty. You are experiencing protectiveness. You are experiencing independence. You are experiencing intelligence. You are experiencing funniness. Okay, maybe this was coming from you directly, or maybe one of these signs was directing this energy towards you. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, the Queen of Swords is a very powerful card. It's the queen of that, I guess that arcana. So there's the Queen of Swords, there's the King of Swords. Think of a suite of cards when you're playing poker, for instance. You have the King, the Queen, the King of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts, right? So in tarot card reading, it's a little bit different. Instead of hearts and clubs and diamonds, it's swords, cups, what else? Or chalices, depending on it. And pentacles and wands. Okay, so in this sense, we got the Queen of Swords cards. This is what this means up here. Then down here you have different elements. These are the different element signs. You have air, which is the triangle with the line through it, and you have water, which is a triangle facing downward with no line. Okay, so elements are interesting because every sign in the zodiac is assigned an element. So Aquarius is, for instance, water, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Gemini is air, I believe. Okay, and then I think Libra is air as well, or it might be fire. But either way, though, you have these elements here: air and water. Right? So this means that you could be channeling this air energy, right? You might be feeling uplifted. You might be feeling on cloud 9, for instance. You might be feeling like your head has been in the clouds. Think of metaphorical things here when you're interpreting the cards. It's all about meanings and metaphors and interpretation of what you see and what you feel. Water, right? So again, you could be feeling like you want to go swimming, you want to take a bath, you want to go like drink some water, you know. You're being channeled to that element. That element is being channeled back to you. Okay. Yeah. And then also down here you have, like, if you have a question, each card has a different answer, either yes or no. So if you're thinking of a specific question that's on your mind, the answer is yes. So when you're reading the cards, say you want to do like a yes or no tarot card reading. So let's say, for example, you're at your friend's house and she asks you for a reading and she wants a yes or no question, like, is he gonna text me back, right? Is that guy like gonna text me back? So you would shuffle up your cards and you would pull a card, and if you got this card, the answer is yes, this guy's gonna text her back, right? And that should make her feel positive and happy, right? But you have to take it with a grain of salt, because what if in like 3 or 4 days she contacts you and she's like, that guy, he never texts me back, and that card, it said yes. Well, maybe it's not so black and white, what I'm saying. It's more of like, he might be thinking of you, but he hasn't texted yet. I don't know. Or maybe he wants to text you, but he can't. Maybe something's standing in the way. But either way, it overall is a positive. So even if that guy never texted your friend back, it was meant to be, right? Maybe he was just bad news, you know, and she avoided a whole bad relationship, right? Because if she was really meant to be with this guy and it was really meant to work out, then it would have. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take everything with a grain of salt. You have to take what resonates, and it's a bigger, you have to think bigger picture here. Now, let's say he does text her back in 2 days and she's like, oh my God, he actually texted me back. Like, that tarot card was right. Oh my God, that's so crazy. That is crazy. Like, you never know, right? So, that's why. Now, if you are doing psychic readings and things like that, you just want to try to stay clear. All right, sorry about that. So just getting my kids some brownies. Alrighty, so I forgot where we left off. But I think it was around where if you're doing a yes or no reading, then you know, the answer would be yes to that question. But I always like to say, like, leave like a disclaimer when you're giving a yes or no reading, because it to somebody like in person. If you're doing it like online, it doesn't really matter. But if you're doing it in person, just be like, you know, the like spirit says yes, but you know, just remember that that yes could be meant as like maybe like it's in 2 days, but it could be like 2 days and 2 years, or like 2 days and 6 months. Like, there's always like a catch, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe the text isn't even going to be like a text that you want. So just remember that when you're like asking your question, that sort of thing. But, you know, either way, like, if they're your friend and you're close with them, or they're your relative or whatever, like, they're not gonna like stop being your friend or whatever just because the answer was not what they were hoping for. If they do, then they weren't a really good friend to begin with. Okay, so there's a lesson within itself. Alrighty. So yeah, so that is the first card. That's like a breakdown. That's, you know, everything. So now we're gonna do like a practice as if, you know, without the interpretation and breakdown, really just more of like the straightforward message and kind of like what that sounds like. All right, so, you know, you've done your introduction, you've said hi, you know, welcome to my channel, please like and subscribe. So I'm going to go ahead and draw your first card. All right, Spirit, show me the past card for today, and shuffle. Okay, so Spirit is showing me the Queen of Swords. Okay, it's showing that in the past there was somebody who was very honest with you, very protective over you. This person was independent. This also could be energy that you're channeling as well. If these are your signs, it's very likely that this is your energy. But if these aren't your signs, then it's probably somebody else that was channeling this energy for you. So I see intelligence. I see funny. These are all positive aspects. And if you're like feeling down and you're feeling like, you know, you need that little boost to your self-esteem and like that little queen energy, you've got it. And it's here to stay. Like, it came in the past, and it's still here. It's still with you. So don't forget that. Okay, just remember your positivity, your protectiveness, your honesty, your independence. Those are all things that make you you. Okay, so, and seen. So that was kind of like a breakdown, because with these cards there are specific signs here. So that's why I would always say, like, if this is your sign, then this card represents you. But if it's not your sign, then it's representing somebody in your life who is channeling this energy towards you. No. Ah. All right. Sorry about that little no part there. My 2-year-old was just about to jump off her chair and hit her head, so I had to quickly jump in and save her. Alrighty. So that is like basically what a reading is about, a card is about, and just an example of like how you could say what you're interpreting from the card, okay? So now we're going to move into the present, okay? So here's your present card. 10 of Swords, backstabbing, failure, exhaustion, goodbye, severing ties. Okay, so right off the bat, somebody in your life currently is stabbing you in the back and they're failing you, and exhaustion is setting in and goodbyes are setting in, and you're severing ties with this person because they're not who they say they are, and they're not being honest with you. Okay, so obviously, so clearly this person from your past, if it's not you, then it's this person. It's somebody else. Okay, so that is unfortunate. Here we have the astrology Mercury in Gemini. So this is the sign for Mercury and in Gemini, okay, in the Gemini aspect of the chart, the birth chart here. So this could be a Gemini that stabbed you in the back, that failed you in some way, and you are saying goodbye to them because you're exhausted from them. Okay, this or if you are this Gemini person, that means that somebody stabbed you in the back. So if you're a Gemini and you're watching this, means somebody stabbed you in the back. So this is a general reading. So basically what that means is like this doesn't apply to any specific sign unless their sign does come up, and then you can say, if this is your sign, then it probably is you that this is happening to. But if it's not their sign, that means it's somebody that's not them. Okay, that's what that means. So if you were doing a Gemini's reading, for instance, this is how you would read it, like how you would say it. Alrighty, Geminis, welcome to your past, present, and future reading. So it looks like in the past, you are channeling this honest, protective, independent, intelligent, funny energy with the Queen of Swords card here. And you were, really happy and you were really having a good time here. But then it looks like as you move currently into what's happening now, it looks like somebody stabbed you in the back and somebody betrayed you, and you're saying goodbye to them. You're severing ties with this person because obviously they cannot be trusted. Okay? And the answer is no. Like, no, you can't trust this person. So for instance, if they were asking a question like, can I trust my best friend? The answer would be no, because your best friend stabbed you in the back. Take what resonates. Not every single card is going to resonate with every single person on the planet just because they're a Gemini. Okay, it only resonates with the person that it applies to. Okay, that's the thing about tarot card reading. Is like some people will be like, oh, I'm a Gemini, but the card said that they were going to text me back and they never did. I'm like, well, they might not have texted you back. Maybe their phone broke. Maybe they did text you, but the message never went through, or they drafted up a message. Like, it's all like, I don't know what the right word for it is, but it's like interpret it into a deeper level of meaning. It's not always a direct yes and no. If you yourself already know the answer and you already know the outcome, then it's going to be that direct outcome for you no matter what. Like, you can't control what other people do. Like, spirit can't control what other people do. The universe can't control what other people do. So trying to think that can happen, it's, if it's meant to happen, it will happen. If it's not meant to happen, it won't. Okay, so take it with a grain of salt. Alrighty, so of course, if you do get this in the reversal side, that means this message on the bottom here. So you would read that as surviving disaster, relapse, inevitable end, fears coming true. So then you would read it as if you had just survived a disaster, and or you maybe were relapsing into something you shouldn't be relapsing into. Inevitable end, like maybe you're contemplating, like, can I trust my ex? He wants me to give him a second chance. This is the outcome of that. So do you really want to give him a second chance? No, definitely not. Fear's coming true. Is he going to cheat on me again? Fear's coming true is the answer. So that's a yes, obviously. So just take it as you see it, as the reader, because the person watching the video or the person listening to you doing the reading, they're going to take whatever they want out of it. They're gonna interpret it in their own way, and that's why it's very important that you word it in a way that makes sense to you. Okay? And if it resonates with the watcher, then it will resonate. If not, then whatever. Like, whatever. So it's just important that you're doing this because you're the one channeling the energy. They're not the one channeling any energy. Okay, you are. Okay, they're just watching. Okay, and if they don't like the energy that you're channeling and the messages that you're channeling, the chances are they'll just like go and watch another video till they get the answer that they're looking for. But if they do like your message and it does resonate, then they were meant to be there the whole time. Okay, again, with that whole whatever's meant to be will be. All right. Now we're moving into the future, all right, aspect of this reading, coming to the part 3 finale here. So we have the Page of Swords, okay, as your future. Delayed news, curious, planning, guarded, quick-witted, chatty. Okay, so it looks like you started out with this funny, honest, intelligent energy around you, and you are currently going through some pretty stressful things, that really does suck, but it looks like the outcome is going to be positive. You're going to be able to face your fears. You're going to be chatting. You're going to be quick-witted. Things are going to be fun, and intelligence is going to come back into play here. You have the Queen of Swords, and you have the Page of Swords. So this positive energy is going to finalize with more positive energy, okay? You have very similar signs here to here. Swords, similar signs here. So maybe this honest, protective energy that was surrounding you before, right? It wasn't there for a while because you were experiencing some bad stabbing in the back here. But it looks like in the end it's going to come through. You're going to feel good again. You're going to get some delayed news, positive news, hopefully. Seems positive to me. Yeah, so things are going to be turning up again for you, positive again. The sword stabbing in the back, you're picking up a sword and fighting right back. That's what you're doing here. You may have been stabbed in the back, you may have been wounded, but you're going to get back up. Okay, and that's the outcome for you this week. Okay, now I always like to leave the reading on a positive note. So even if I did get a card like this in reverse and it was saying like bad news, paranoid, sarcastic, even if it was saying like this is carrying on a little bit longer than what we want, right? Then is needed, right? Then I would keep going because I want to get a positive outcome here, right? So I would be like, all right, you know what? This bad news can't last forever, right? So I would say I'm going to go draw another card. This time it's up in the upright. Big changes, honesty, some kind of rebellious energy here. That's your bonus card. So don't fret if you get the negative side because your Knight of Swords is charging in to have your back and save you. So see how it's kind of like a little bit of like a story, right? So you started out with this queen energy, this honest, protective, wonderful, like, yes, I'm funny, I'm intelligent, I'm independent, woo woo, okay? But then what happened? You were stabbed in the back. That's not fun. That's not good for anybody. But look, you're fighting back. You're not giving up. You're not going to lay down and take the knife in the back. No, you're going to get up and fight. And looks like you're going to be having your knight on your side. That's got your back. Your knight is charging in. Honesty, right? They're a bit rebellious. They're a bit impulsive. They're a perfectionist. But that's what you need right now. You need this big change, this positive outcome. Okay? So I would just keep like pulling cards, maybe even switch up decks to like a unicorn message, a fairy message, something positive, because I don't like leaving my audience with like a negative question mark over, you know, what's gonna happen. I just want them to know that like this situation could have happened, and if it did, it's gonna have a positive outcome, so don't worry. Okay? Because I do believe that with the positivity, with the love and the light, that things will work out. Okay, I'm an optimistic person. Okay, um, so in that regard, that's why I say you might want to leave it off with a more positive ending, than something negative, because you might be getting comments like, "You said this bad stuff was gonna happen. Like, I want to know, like, when is it gonna end? Like, you know what I'm saying?" And then you're gonna be making a whole nother video with an ending to all this craziness going on. Alrighty. So that was just like a beginner's start to tarot card reading. You got the past, the present, the future, and then a bonus card. So just remember that, you know, when you're starting off, it's okay to not know everything. It's okay to make mistakes. Like if you were like, oh, this is Pisces, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's actually Aquarius. Don't worry about it. Like, it's fine. Like, you know, chances are that there's a person watching the video who doesn't know that much, and it's okay. It's okay, because take what resonates. The message was meant to get to them for whatever reason. You know, they could have Aquarius in their chart. They could have Pisces in their chart. Even though their like main sign is like Capricorn, they could have other signs in their chart for like sun rising, moon rising, all this other stuff. But we'll get into that another time. For now, please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this beginner's guide to tarot card reading. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light always. Bye.